I have been avoiding making this video because it's not actually my favorite topic to discuss, but we have to talk about it because it comes up so much in my client groups. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have been scratching your head wondering, how do I actually find my niche? Or how do I talk about my niche? Please excuse my Australian accent as well. I say niche. You might say niche. We're all on the same page. It's all good. But let's discuss. I'm going to try and talk about this in my way of thinking through the niche conversation. And quite honestly, I have not given it a whole heap of thought. It has evolved through the action I've taken, meaning that the more I put myself out there, the more kind of failed launches I have, even the more content that kind of just doesn't do anything and dies a very sad algorithmic death, or the ones that I post and they go viral. In my world, it's not many, it's probably like 20 likes. The ones that do really well, they also give me data, and then that helps me build my niche. But I'm going to try and explain it because I know that you can overthink at this point. First and foremost, I really don't think your niche is any of this right here. It's not just one topic. It's not age and location, gender, all the things. I don't believe it's that. I also don't believe a niche is simply in the demand of products. I have a few clients who have created, their niche around what's trendy at the moment, like AI, and they feel like that's going to be my niche. If you're creating that because you genuinely love it, continue. But if you're creating that because you feel that's going to be the next big thing and that's going to make you a lot of money, you'll burn the candle at both ends because you are not fueling that idea with something that actually really feels joyful and interesting for you to create. And a lot of that does come from a sense of, oh my God, I'm jumping up and down because I actually am creating a business or a digital product that I really, truly love and I can talk about until the cows come home. And lastly, I don't think it's just simply industry. So I wouldn't consider my niche to be in the online business coaching world. It's too broad. Okay. So very simply, this is where I see a lot of people really get stuck with a niche. They are either too broad, they are in no man's land, or it's definitely way too narrow. So certain examples are too broad is something along the lines of, I help corporate women start their businesses. Now, you might think that's actually not too broad, but in my mind, if I were to read that, I'm like, what kind of corporate women and what kind of businesses? Very broad. Then you've got the too narrow. So I literally had one of my clients, this is her first attempt, and we were laughing about it, so it's not having a dig, but I just want to give you a narrow example. So she's like, I want to help women in Sydney who are also women who have yoga practices, and I want to help them create ebooks, and I want those ebooks to be about being vegan. And also, typically speaking, I want to only help women who are under 30. So my passion is to help women under 30 who are brand new to it all. It was so specific. It kept going further in and further in and further in and further in, that it really does exclude a lot of people. And then there's some of you who are literally sitting in no man's land and you're going, is this too broad? Is this too narrow? I'm too scared to go either way. And then you kind of get lost in the haystack of the internet world. If you're here right now, you're probably noticing that your Instagram's not growing, that no one's commenting, no one's sharing your stuff, because again, it's kind of that no man's land. Now, why have I got a big fat mountain here? This is Mount Everest. And I'm going to use the Mount Everest example to explain how to come closer to this idea of who it is that you want to help, and effectively coming to a place where you're clear on your niche. Now, I also want to say this up front. You are not married to the decision you make around your niche forever and ever. I have switched my focus and my niche 7 times in 6 years. And talking about daily sales this year and helping you set up an easy low ticket flow and funnel has come out of nowhere, by the way. It wasn't intentional, but in January this year, I'm like, I'm just going to sell a few more digital products and see how we go. And here we are. I'm filming this almost at the end of August, and my entire year has accidentally become dedicated to this niche. Am I going to be talking about this in 5 years' time? No, I will not be. But at the same time, I'm fully invested. I love this niche. I love this concentration and this focus work around the business coaching community. And I had one of the best compliments I could have ever gotten from a peer and a colleague of mine, actually. And she said, "Oh, do you know what, Ruby? I was developing a low ticket offer and you came to mind because I thought about all the work that you're doing this year and the messaging that you put out there. And I just thought, oh my gosh, how would Ruby be building this daily flow funnel out of a low ticket offer?" And that was quite possibly the best confirmation I could have gotten around the niche that I'm building. Okay, here's another example. Let's go back to Mount Everest, but this time we have base camp flags. Now, for a lot of us, where we think about the niche is we think about the topic, or kind of like the be all, end all, end of the hero's journey, top of the summit. And this might be, the topic is, in my case, it would be, I want to help you get to 7 figures, for example. I want to show you how I've built a multiple 7-figure company in 6 years. That to me is the summit, right? Like, you've climbed it with me. That is fantastic. All of my messaging used to be that. I'm going to help you reach $1 million, or, if you're at multiple 6 figures, I'm going to help you get to 7. If you're at 7, I want to help you get to multiple 7. Again, I would say this falls in the too broad category that it took me so much energy and work to get people to understand that it was possible for them. And it meant 3-day live challenges. It meant being on the content hamster wheel. It meant constantly needing to launch and launch and launch until people were feeling like they were able to climb to the summit with me. So instead, I want you to think about some of these other base camp points that they can get to where they're going to feel like it's a quick win. And this is where this idea for me came in around, what are some issues that my clients are really feeling challenged by right now? And some of those are lack of leads, Facebook ads are too expensive and not working anymore, running out of energy because not wanting to do the old webinar funnel or the 3-day challenges and the giveaways, and it just felt like very heavy. So if they were the challenges, what could I do to help them? Well, in my case, what's really helped me is learning how to make daily sales through low ticket offers. And if you're new around here, all of my videos are literally in and around this topic right here. And my idea here is that if I can help you guys get to base camp 1 and you are learning how to make daily sales, and every day that you're making these daily sales, you're trekking up to the next base camp. I know it's sort of hard to see, but I've just drawn little dots here. We'll do a little man here, which is you. Woohoo! Hello. Then that's a win. That is a quick win, because the other thing I want you to think about, which I say so much, is we forget that people just want to learn how to get from A to B. And yet, what we're trying to do over here with our messaging is getting people from A to Z. And it's too much for them to conceptualize that they go into overthinking, procrastination, and apathy. We don't want that for our customers and our clients. It defeats the purpose of why we want to start our business and why it's important. So this is a really fantastic way to think about it. If we use the Mount Everest example, it could just be if someone wants to climb to the top of the summit and they want to say, yes, I've done it, like it's amazing, world record, whatever the case is. Their point A flag is literally just to know what to pack, travel plans. Oh yeah, fitness. So, altitude fitness is a big thing. Who to hire in terms of a team. So you definitely need a guide, you need a Sherpa. And so if you're someone who is helping somebody get to the top of Mount Everest, your entire niche is literally to get them to the base camp, not even get them to base camp flag 1. It's just like we're talking ground 0 here, okay, GZ. And your whole niche is this. Come to me if you want to climb Mount Everest. I will show you exactly in a guide, in a course, what to pack, in a mini course, your travel plans, who to book with, the specialist travel providers. I'll give you a resource list. I'll also provide a template around how you can increase your altitude fitness, as well as a 3-part video series. And then I'm going to show you in a very, very quick 90-minute video exactly who to hire, when to hire them, what your budget should be, and the costs. How amazing is that niche? You're still helping people in the industry of climbing Mount Everest. I'm still helping people in the industry of starting their business, but my specialization is right here. Daily sales, low ticket offers. So use this as an analogy, have some fun with it. Think about what your different base camps are, what you're offering. This is also known as the customer value ladder. But if you're thinking about the entry point here as your niche, promise you, you're going to get a lot more clarity. Your content is going to become a lot clearer. Your customers are going to come in a lot easier, and you will just see the floodgates open. Okay. So I hope that this has really helped. You guys, I've also created a very easy to digest course called Cash Creator, and it goes into all these examples, just like this Mount Everest example, in much greater detail to help you create your digital product from scratch. This is so amazing, and it is so affordable. Go and check it out in the show notes. I hope to see you inside of the course. If not, make sure you click to this video next, where it's going to help you on your daily sales journey. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.